community. Welcome to Sozine Classes. This is Chandralekha bringing to you the news podcast. All the news you need and more. In today's news podcast, we will be looking at the water dispute between the United States of America and Mexico. In order to understand the current water dispute that is going on between both these nations, we will first have to look at what the 1944 Water Treaty has to do with respect to both these countries. And under this treaty, a commission that was formed, which is the International Boundary and Water Commission, and the role this plays in order to have a peaceful distribution of water between both these countries. And after understanding both these topics, we will look at what the current situation is with respect to the distribution and how the farmers of the Mexican region are protesting in order to share water with the United States of America. So given the long history of land and water disputes between both these countries, the primary purpose of the 1944 Binational Water Treaty was for the utilization of water between the Colorado River, Tijuana River and the Rio Grande River in order to allocate and manage the surface boundary water distribution. Under this treaty, the United States requires to distribute water through Colorado River to the Mexican region, and again the Mexican region through Rio Grande River has to redirect this water to United States of America, that is the Mexican region, Texas region, sorry. So let us look at the allocation of water for both these countries with respect to the border distributions. So how is water allocated to Mexico? So let us first look at how water is allocated to Mexico. 100% of the water that reaches the Rio Grande, located over here, from the Alamos and San rivers will be allocated to Mexico. And 2/3 of the waters from all the 6 Mexican tributaries, that is Rio Conchos, La Vacas, San Diego, San Rodrigo and Escondilo. So from all these 6 tributaries, 2/3 of the water from all these 6 tributaries will be allocated to Mexico, and half of the water that is gained from the mainstream. So this is the mainstream. If you observe, the dark blue line is the mainstream of the river that flows, water that flows between both these countries. So half of this gains from this mainstream will be allocated to Mexico. So I repeat again, that is 2/3 of the 6 Mexican tributaries, half of the gains from the mainstream, and all waters from the San Juan and Alamos rivers that flow to the Rio Grande. So all these will be allocated to the Mexico. Let us now look at the water distribution, how the water is allocated for the United States. So all the water from the United States tributaries, that is all the 6 tributaries water from the United States will be 100% allocated to the United States, and 1/3 of the 6 Mexican tributaries, that is all these 6 Mexican tributaries I have earlier mentioned, 1/3 of these tributaries will be allocated to United States. And over here, this 1/3 shall not be less than 431 million cubic meters per year. And again, similarly to Mexico, half of the gains of the mainstream waters. These are the 4 points ways in which water is allocated to United States of America. There are 2 major reservoirs, that is, one is the Amistad Dam and the Falcon Dam. And over these dams, there are 2 major reservoirs which store water that are allocated to both these countries, United States and Mexico. So these 2 are the 2 major reservoirs where the water is stored and distributed as per the proportions we have spoken earlier. So under this Mexican Water Treaty of 1944, there is a cycle, that is a 5-year cycle that this treaty follows. That is, Mexico has to supply water to the United States of America on a 5-year basis cycle, based on their distribution that is made according to this treaty. So under this treaty, in a period of every 5-year cycle, Mexico has to allocate 350,000 acre feet, which is greater than 140 million gallons of water. So Mexico has to allocate more than 140 million gallons of water to United States in a period of 5 years. So every 5 years, this is a cycle of every 5 years where Mexico has to provide this much amount of water to the United States of America. So this treaty also mentions that in cases of drought or serious accident to the hydraulic systems that make sure of the water distribution, the cycle shall be postponed or continued to the next 5 years. So the remaining water that has to be distributed can be done in the next 5 years. Or if for any reason the two reservoirs I've earlier mentioned are sufficient or fully enough with the water content, that year's 5-year cycle can be abolished, and the commencement of the new 5-year cycle can start. This is based on the mutual understanding between both these countries on the treaty. So under this treaty, a commission called the International Boundary and Water Commission was formed. So this commission was set up to monitor the proper functioning of the treaty, such as allocating water from all the border rivers, overseeing the groundwater utilization, monitoring the sanitary levels of water at the Colorado River's basins. Although the IWBC has functioned efficiently and effectively, it had failed in looking at problems like the air pollution, water pollution, disposal of hazardous waste at the river basins, and the transportation, etc. So this is about the IWBWC, that is the International Boundary and Water Commission, that is set up in order to have a peaceful and maintain good relationship between both these countries with respect to their water distribution. So now let us look at what the current situation and the issue that is making headlines with respect to the distribution of water between both these countries. So as I have earlier told, as Mexico being the upper repatriation nation, it is yet to send 379.6 million cubic liters of water to United States of America by this October 24th to 2020. So USA is yet to receive this much amount of water from Mexico, and due to sanctity of rainfall, less rainfall and less water content, water in the Mexican region, they were unable to send the mentioned amount as per the treaty, and farmers of Mexico are protesting. So the farmers do not want the remaining amount of water to be allocated to the United States of America, stating that this is affecting their farming cultures and it is causing a lot of problem for the Mexican farmers lying at these borders to have crops, to grow their crops. So the farmers have been protesting near the La Boquila Dam, which is located in the northern Mexican region. This dam has made majority of the times come into picture with respect to the distribution of water from Mexico to the United States of America. So the farmers are protesting and they do not want the Mexican government to release water to the United States of America. With all the water that Mexico allocates to USA is useful majorly for their agricultural purposes, especially vegetables, sugarcane, and other crops in the southern Texas region of the United States of America. So this is all the current issue that is happening between both these countries. The President of Mexico has mentioned to maintain peace within the water distribution. He has told the people of Mexico to maintain peace, remain peaceful, and he informs them that he will make sure there will not be any shortage of water for the people of Mexico, and in order to continue and have good relationship with the United States of America, it is important for them to allocate the mentioned amount of water which is yet to be allocated to them. So this is all about the issue that is happening, the water dispute issue that is happening between the United States of America and Mexico. So the reason we have discussed about this issue today is having prelims coming, very close to this may be of great interest for the UPSC to ask questions with respect to the dispute between both these countries. So in our Telegram group, we will be giving you few questions. We will be asking few preliminary questions. Taking this as an opportunity, I would want you to look at the Telegram group of Sozin classes, UPSC. So you can visit and join our Telegram group. We upload prelims questions every day. So this will help you in having a proper preparation with respect to the current events happening world around. So before leaving you all for the day, let me show you the questions of today's daily news diary. Let me read out few of these questions for you. The first question being, what is the National Cancer Registry Program report of August 2020 entail about the cancer burden in India? Question number 2 is, discuss the piece of the intra-Afghan talks and what is India's stand on the whole issue. Question number 3, explain what a blowout is and how that of the Bhagjan well, Assam has been contained. A short answer question is, write a short note on the US West Coast wildfires. This is the answer for your yesterday's preliminary question asked in the daily news diary. For the explanation, you can look at the website www.sozinclasses.com. Over there, under the daily news diary corner, you will have the explanation for this question. And this is the preliminary practice question from today's daily news diary. And the question is, the recently in news, Special Frontier Force, that is the SFF, is also called as option A, Black Cat Commandos, option B, Vikas Battalion, option C, Border Security Force, and option D, Special Protection Group. Thus, leaving you all to write your answer below in the comments section. This is a wrap on your news podcast. Tomorrow is another day with another news. Thank you and have a great day.